the hunger to be the best, to maintain that titles that she has, and just the fact that if you look at Clarissa's career, her very first pro fight was a hard fight for her. Growing up in that community, Clarissa had to endure a lot of hardships. Crime is bad. There's no jobs. And that's a difficult way to grow up as a child with no money and a lot of things that you can't afford to have that you see other people having. And so, but that on the flip side of that, that makes her hungry. But camp's gonna be real nice because it gives me a chance to do what I do the best, and that's to break Savannah Marshall down systematically on paper, so Clarissa can break her down systematically in the ring.
October Red Boxing joined again a return guest, John David Jackson. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be back, and looking forward to a wonderful fight on September 10th.
Talk to me about this fight, a fight that seems to have been talked about for a very long time, bubbling beef between the ladies, and a score that needs to be settled. Talk to me about that.
Well, it's a good fight, a fight that the public deserves to see. Two of the best females in boxing. I guess I'm being partial because Clarissa's a better fighter. She deserves more, but Savannah's in a position to maybe shock the world if she can pull it off. Do I believe she can pull it off? No. But it's a very good fight, especially for female boxing. It helps generate more interest for the females, and they need that, and that's a wonderful thing. It's an interesting fight. I'm going to go with Clarissa. That's my girl. And Savannah, while she's coming to the pros, the quality of opposition is not that good, honestly. But she's been knocking them out and stopping them, so she deserves a shot, and she did become champion. It's a fight that should have happened a couple years ago, maybe, but that's here now, so we have to enjoy it and embrace it. It's a good fight. It's a good fight. It's a great fight for Clarissa. You get the chance to continue her legacy that she's trying to build in professional boxing, and I look forward to seeing this fight and being a part of it.
And for our viewers, I want you to break down why Clarissa is the better fighter. What is it that makes her stand out from the rest? We know she walks with that title quote, but you are a trainer. You know her inside out. What makes her the better fighter?
The hunger to be the best, to maintain that titles that she has, and just the fact that if you look at Clarissa's career, her very first pro fight was a hard fight for her. She hasn't had any what we call bums or trial horse fighters. She had to fight all legitimate, worthy opponents. Savannah hasn't had that luxury. She's fought lesser talent, and that's okay. That's boxing. So for Clarissa is the fact that she's always had to endure hardships growing up, endure hardships as a professional female fighter. For female fighters, I advocate for them because it's harder. Their road's a lot harder, and the men don't give them the proper respect that they deserve. So Clarissa's trying to make that a thing of the past, and slowly but surely it's changing. Hopefully to get there a lot quicker than it's been going, but. For this fight here, Clarissa wants to make another statement that, all the things that she's done, all the things that she's strived for to be the best and has achieved, she can't let it all go by the wayside with one loss to this young lady here. So, she wants to keep that legacy going and strengthen her cause to be the best female fighter that she can be, and to keep the claim of being the best female fighter in the world.
And we talk about being the best female fighter in the world, but there's something that you touched on, and also a promoter, Mr. Salita, touched on, about her upbringing, about being from Flint in Michigan. Talk to us a little bit about that. I'm from the UK. I am ignorant to others' hardships because I only really truly understand what I'm surrounded with. Talk to us a little bit about the town that Clarissa comes from and the hardships that she has had to face.
Clarissa comes from Flint, Michigan. Unfortunately, they haven't dealt a good hand in life. The water there is terrible, and for whatever reason, the governor or the senators or whomever, they haven't cleaned up the water for the people, and that's a sad statement for that city alone. Growing up in that community, Clarissa had to endure a lot of hardships. Crime is bad. There's no jobs. And that's a difficult way to grow up as a child with no money and a lot of things that you can't afford to have that you see other people having. And so, but that on the flip side of that, that makes her hungrier. It makes her strive more to be the best she can be, to have those things that she didn't have as a child and their family didn't have. And not only that, plus in her heart, she wants to be the best. That's her thing. She wants to prove that not only can she say she's the best, but prove in the ring that she is the best. And up to this point, no one's proved her wrong. And Savannah's saying she's gonna knock her out, and people are saying that Savannah's a hard puncher, but you have to sit back and look at Savannah's opposition. They haven't been at a high level. Like everyone Carissa's fought has been a top contender or a world champion. She had nobody 0-7, 0-2, 1-9. She didn't have those kind of fighters. From when she came out the gate, she had to fight the top opposition. So she had to prove herself over and over and over, and she's done that. She has yet to fail. She has a one defeat as an amateur to Savannah, and Savannah's used that. And listen, it's smart. She used that as a stepping stone to get to where she wants to get to. So I can't knock her for that. But on September 10th, now she's to prove that she's improved as a professional from the time they fought when Clarissa was 17 and Savannah was 21. 10 years later, Clarissa has definitely improved. She's fought all comers that come ashore. Savannah, to a degree, she kind of got to try to get around this fight for a while. But, I'm not going to knock whatever her problems were. On September 10th, they got to fight. And on September 10th, Clarissa Shields going to prove why she's the best fighter, pound for pound, in female boxing, and one of the best in the world as far as men as also.
And talk to me a little bit about the preparation that now you're going to go into. The date is set and sealed. I know that Clarissa's somebody that works out anyway, but now we're going to get into this serious camp. This fight means a lot. It's a fight that's broadcast across British networks and also over in your home country of the USA. All eyes are going to be on this. It's an all-female card. Talk to me a little bit about the camp that you're going to be putting Clarissa through to ensure that she remains.
Well, camp's going to be an interesting situation because we're going to first go to Michigan and for like three weeks, and then we're going to go switch it to Florida. But camp's going to be real nice because, it gives me a chance to do what I do the best. And that's to break Savannah Marshall down systematically on paper so Clarissa can break her down systematically in the ring. It's an intriguing fight. Like I said, the buildup is Savannah's a knockout puncher. Clarissa is a hell of a boxer. Clarissa has power, but sometimes she tries too hard to knock her opponent out, and which leaves her sometimes short of knocking her opponent out. This fight here, we're going to take our time. I'm not going to give the game plan out, but we're going to break her down systematically and prove to the world who the best fighter is in women's boxing, and that's Clarissa Shields. It's an interesting fight. Savannah, certain things she does well, but she has a lot of things that she does wrong. And we've exposed that and just tighten up whatever shortcomings we have, tighten those up and make Clarissa 110% ready come September 10th.
And I just want to touch on one thing finally. Clarissa's discipline. I can see, and anyone can see, that she really does dislike Savannah. Some would say that Clarissa is passionate. We say over here that she wears her heart on her sleeve. She is emotional. How is that then going to get switched off to make sure that she goes in the ring focused to do what she wants to do?
Whatever animosity that they have, outside the ring, that's fine. But once Clarissa gets inside the ring, she knows, and I've always explained to her, you have to stay level-headed. You can't let your emotions get the better part of you. So, come fight night, I think that she would definitely do what she has to do to stay focused and not get sidetracked by anger and frustration. I don't think Savannah can frustrate her. She might be able to punch, but once we take that from her, what does she have left? She's not the greatest boxer. She's not the greatest inside fighter. And the first time she gets hit by Clarissa, whatever game plan she has, she might detour from that. Not saying that she get knocked out, but our game plan is just to break her down systematically. If a knockout comes, we get it. If it doesn't, she'll know that for 10 rounds, she got beat up. Clarissa just has to stay focused and just know that whatever game plan is set forth, just follow it, and it'll work for you like how all the others have in the past. She's never deterred from a fight plan. She might try to go for a knockout sometimes ahead of schedule, but that's okay. That's not a bad thing. Just as long as you get back to the game plan, which she does do. So we're gonna just try to stay focused. And for me, I can see that she's not to the point where she'll get so crazy that she'll forget about what the game plan is. Just throw that out the window and go crazy. She'll stay focused, and she knows. One thing about Clarissa, she knows in her heart that she can't afford to lose this fight. Not because of it drop her down in her stature, but all that she's built up and all that in her heart that she believes that the first fight she was younger, and I don't know the scoring system in Olympic boxing, but I hear it's terrible. So she doesn't have to worry about that now. This is professional ranks. There's different judges. There's no point system, not the way you did amateur, not with the points, punch counts, the counting punch system. It's different here, and so take your time. The plan that's set before you, let's just take our time and grind it out. And as the rounds go by, we'll begin to see Savannah start to deteriorate, and we'll get her. I'm not looking for an early knockout. If it comes, hey, I'll be happy. From Carissa's point of side, but I believe that if a stoppage happens, it'll be late, and not early, because the game plan is not to go out there and try to knock her out. I don't think Savannah's really had a lot of pressure put on her by female fighters. So this is gonna be the first time that she really has pressure put on her. Can she deal with that? On September 10th, we'll find out.
And we are really looking forward to it. Two styles that I am looking forward to see. You've got Savannah Marshall, that's a loose and heavy, puncher. And we've got Clarissa that really does come out with those combinations and puts the pressure on the fighters. Mr. Jackson, it's been a pleasure. I cannot wait for this fight. And it's been a pleasure having you as a guest on the channel.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure to be on your show. I appreciate the time that you take to interview me. Thank you so much.
Until the next time. Thank you.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.